So I have a very love-hate relationship with reading. So on the one hand, I find it to be very relaxing, very enjoyable to do. But on the other hand, there's a lot of resistance for me to actually pick up a book and start reading it. It's like there's 100 other things that I could be doing, so why bother reading? And this kind of sucks because it means that I read a lot less books and I don't get that satisfying feeling of finishing a book. And not to mention, I love learning. So now I'm not learning as much either. Well, over time, I've become a lot more habitual with my reading, and there's really like three main ways in which I've been able to overcome my resistance to reading so that ultimately I can just enjoy more books than I ever did before. Okay, so the first method sounds kind of silly, but I just started reading for fun. I used to think reading was all about learning new skills and becoming a better person. And I basically felt like if I wasn't extracting some kind of knowledge, then it was a waste of my time. And I've now realized that is not true. So reading fiction can be just as rewarding, and getting lost in a good story is just a great way for me to relax and unwind. Plus, fiction books have amazing storytelling that keeps you hooked anyway. So just by their captivating storytelling, it breaks my resistance to reading and makes it easier to start. So now I plan on cycling in a fiction book for every couple nonfiction books that I read. The second thing, so for the times that I do want to read in order to learn something, I've noticed that there's often an obstacle that keeps me from doing so. So if a book is over 300 pages, I am way less likely to read it. It is what it is for me. It's just, if it's over 300 pages, it just feels daunting to even start. And the problem is that there's some books that I really want to read, but because they're over 300 pages, I never give them a chance because I know it would take me forever to get through it. So 48 Laws of Power is a prime example of that. So it's a book that I really want to read, but because it's close to 500 pages, I never even give it a chance. And so that's where the sponsor of today's video comes in handy, Shortform. So Shortform is a book summary app that provides in-depth summaries for nonfiction books and genres such as business, productivity, communication. I genuinely use this app regularly because I just find it to be much more detailed than other book summary apps, while still being digestible to read in an afternoon. One unique feature with them is that they connect ideas in one book to ideas in other books. So for example, I was reading the book summary for Hidden Potential by Adam Grant, and it connected ideas mentioned in Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown to Peak by Anders Ericsson. So Shortform also gives you prompts to answer on their app to help you reflect on and apply the book material, which I just find to be helpful. So if you're like me and don't want to sift through 300 plus page books to learn new things, then I highly recommend giving Shortform a try. And if you sign up using my link in the description below, then you can get a free trial as well as a 20% off your subscription. So thank you, Shortform, for sponsoring this video. Okay, the final method that I've been able to use to help me read more books has to do with time management. So just like with most things in my life, if I don't schedule it, it doesn't happen. I find that when I set aside a certain amount of time to read, then I'm much more likely to do it. And prior to doing this, I would rarely read during the week because I felt like if I couldn't read for 2 hours at a time or something like that, then it wasn't worth my time. And what did that do? It led me to never read anything. So now I schedule 30 minutes in my evening to read, and while that's not a lot of time on its own, it's over 3 hours over the course of a week. So now I read a lot more and more frequently, so I can actually start getting through my reading wish list. So yeah, the main thing I learned is that reading doesn't have to feel like a chore. By using these strategies, I've been able to spend less time avoiding reading and more time actually enjoying it. So let me know in the comments below, what book are you putting off reading, or what are you currently reading? So for me, I'm reading How to Stop Time by Matt Haig, which is just a pretty cool fiction book that I'm reading just for fun. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.